All right, fam, here we are. It's time for some Galaxy of Heroes Top 25 coming at you on my 20th birthday. What's up, Grid?
Wait, 20th?
I'm just going to tell myself that.
79?
It sounds way better than 32, so.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I'm glad I get to see
Thank
this with you. This is awesome.
Oh,
Looking
man,
forward to it.
I would want nobody else here with me than Gridden for my birthday video.
I'm sensing some sarcasm, but I'm going to take it.
He was the only one who said yes. Everyone else said no.
I was the last ditch effort.
We got Galactic Heroes Top 25 voted on from you guys. If you guys want to vote on the next list, be sure to join my Discord server. Hang out with me over on the purple platform while we stream, so that you can vote on this. You guys can already see the first out. We're just going to jump right into this. If you don't know how this works, you cast a vote 1 through 25. First place votes get you 25 points. 25th place votes, or 25th place gets you 1 point. Tally up all the points, and that gives you all of the rankings here. So it's a pretty effective poll system. So first out, according to the community, we got Hermit Yoda, Ki-Adi-Mundi. Now, this is the first time that Ki-Adi-Mundi has been this high. In my opinion, he's still I think he might be the most underrated character on this list. I think he's way better than 27, in my opinion. Dark Trooper, Nest, and Fives is the clone that you guys are seeing there. So, and then let's just reveal here as well, just so we have enough to chew on. The bottom part of the list, we got Bastila Fallen, Captain Rex, 3PO and Chewie, and Admiral Piet. So, thoughts on that group, Grid?
I'm not actually the one that I'm most surprised about is actually Fives being out of there. I feel like Fives. Well, even over Ki-Adi-Mundi. Ki-Adi-Mundi is a bit more specific to, Galactic. Well, I mean, Five's super specific to 501st, but yeah. I don't know. Not that many people use Ki-Adi-Mundi, so I'm a little surprised he got that high, but at the same time, he is a pretty awesome character.
So you're surprised Ki-Adi-Mundi is that high?
Yeah.
So wow, we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Have you ran into really solid Relic 7 Ki-Adi-Mundis though?
Yeah, I
like the fact that he's not very common doesn't change how good he is.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess my point is, I don't know if Ki-Adi-Mundi holds the same like single unit, single tune influence that these tunes do. Like he's awesome.
You just said tune so much that there's people cringing right now.
Did I?
Yeah, you said tune like 5 times.
Single unit, single tune. One of the most like single influential tunes, comparatively speaking, to the rest of these guys. So you would put Captain Rex above Ki-Adi-Mundi, 3 Baka, Admiral Piet, Bastila Fallen. You put all those guys above him. Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. I disagree. I honestly feel like the only reason Ki-Adi-Mundi is showing up lower right now is directly correlated to how often people see him in the game. I think that the more common it is to see a relic Ki-Adi-Mundi, we're going to see him skyrocket on the list into the top, I would say top 20, I think is where he belongs. So just my opinion. Now, anything else that stands out to you here? Obviously, we've got Captain Rex there. We've got Bastila Fallen. They're kind of floating around where they have for a while. There's not really much different there. Admiral Piet did drop a few ranks, though, which is notable. Now, we do have a new Galactic Legend. As you can imagine, that Galactic Legend is going to be towards the top of the list. Spoiler alert. But Admiral Piet fell 3 spots from 22 to 25. And so that's one slot down is pretty much, a net positive. But down to 25, I kind of confuses me. I feel like Admiral Piet is still pretty freaking useful.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, he just made the Imperial Troopers even better, and especially with how you can incorporate Dark Trooper to beat some Galactic Legends. I could have seen him being a little bit higher up the list, but I respect it. I mean,
I think he's better than 3 Bak and Bastila, personally. In the right squad. Maybe not standalone, but in the right squad. I mean, what he adds to that Trooper team is what makes Troopers what they are today. All that ramping offense and everything. It's crazy what he can do. So, and it's just for the whole squad, of course. So
I could see it about Bastila. Yeah, Chupio almost did the exact same thing though, taking that CLS squad to the next level. So I could see them. I see them being really close together, but I would imagine they could be bumped up a little bit. I don't know. I'm not getting into the other list yet.
That's a good point. But they probably are about. They do play the same role. I I'm debating in my mind right now which squad I think is more valuable in the game right now. It probably is CLS. I don't know. Troopers, I don't know.
Well, one of the
Both.
big arguments there's, yeah, I mean, ultimate at the end of the day, both, but the troopers are required for a Galactic Legend. So if anything, I'd probably give them a slight edge on,
A-
utility in the game. But
Still, a lot of the characters in the CLS squad are bleeding into other valuable
that's true.
characters. So,
That's true too, actually.
most of CLS is pretty much the same thing,
Yeah,
just
that's
for a
true.
different GL. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting debate. Tell us what you guys think down in the comments. I could see that one going both ways. All right, next up, we got Admiral Thrawn at 15, OG Chewie 16, 17 C3PO, Grievous, Padmé, Moff Gideon, and General Kenobi. Now, very notable, Padmé has plummeted on this list. She was at let's see here, 13, went all the way to 19, and something I'm finding very interesting. That we'll have to. Well, actually, I'll save this bit for. I'm interested in what's happening with the CLS team specifically, so we'll talk about that when we look at the next column here. But for now, what are your thoughts on Padmé falling from 13 to 19?
That's a steep drop, which kind of surprised me. This poll was just a little bit ago, though, right?
Yeah, it's very recent. This was like this week.
So I wonder if some of those votes took into consideration Padmé beating a non-ult Kenobi. People saw some of those videos. I don't know if this was kind of before that or after that, but I think Padmé is still. I mean, that 19.
Does
like,
it
still
matter if
top
she beats
10,
a non-ult Kenobi? Because like I don't know. I don't really put stock in counters that require that there's no ult. Because it's like, okay, cool. So you can beat the Galactic Legend for a week.
Yeah.
Until they get their ult, and then it's useless. I don't think it. If she can't beat Kenobi with the ult, then it's not really relevant, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it's something nice to keep in the pocket. I think it's still a relevant bit of information for her, but 13 and 19, seeing, the rest of the people who are on the list ahead of her, I could get behind that. I would probably put her over the like Grievous, 3PO, maybe Chewie there as well. Since she's also a leader, she changes an entire faction basically, but I'm kind of surprised
That's fair.
they are above her specifically. Thrawn, I can get by. Yeah, I can respect that. But I would have assumed her closer to like 16, given the rest of the list.
Okay, cool. I can buy it. I think Padmé is still extremely valuable, and one thing that I think elevates her, in my opinion, too, is you might have a case for Padmé being the best non-galactic legend conquest character.
Yeah, she's really good in Conquest.
She works very well with a lot of those data discs and can beat basically everything. So other than the GL bosses typically, but even then with the right data disc, she probably can manage that. So anything else in this column that stands out to you? Kenobi did drop a little bit. So here, any other notes that I had? Chewie went from 19 to 16. C3PO from 20 to 17.
Where was Gideon prior?
Gideon fell one spot, 21 to 20. So he jumped a spot. So it's basically jumping two spots because we have a new character up top.
Yeah, that one surprises me. I don't know. I never really got on the Gideon train.
Really?
I don't think he doesn't like blow my mind. His AI is way too stupid on defense for it to ever be a threat.
I agree with that. He's an offensive character.
Yeah, but then like even on offense, like I don't know.
Dude, where are you using Gideon though?
Assault battles.
Wait, really? You're not making use of him in like an Empire team?
No, I tend to do. I mean, in 5v5, I'll probably go back to maybe using him, but yeah, I do Veers, Piet, Stark, range, and then if I need it, Gideon for a reset, or Short Trooper if I need a pre-taunt.
Because it may just, I wonder if part of it is just where you use him, because I'm getting a ton of use out of my Moff Gideon, and he's one of the fastest non-GL characters in the game, so you can get him blazing fast, and being able to reset the turn meter is extremely valuable in a lot of situations, whether it's with Empire to ensure Vader gets the first turn, or with Troopers to ensure that you get your turn meter train rolling. As I think that's top 20 valuable. Not to mention he's got the AoE days, he's got the armor shred.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it. You don't like Moff Gideon or Ki-Adi Mundi. Boo this man! Boo this man!
No, For me, when it comes to top 25 characters, I'm trying to take, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it or I don't know, but like Moff Gideon seems like he has such a specific, maybe not specific, I don't know.
I think he's more plug and play. I think he's a great character to have on the bench to go, all right, I need to get the first turn here if you can get him fast enough.
Right.
And he's going to help you not just get the first turn, but get off to a very good start. So I think he's really valuable. I don't think I'd put him higher than 20 though. I would argue that I think he's in the right spot.
Yeah. I guess maybe the more that I'm trying to think about this is I guess to me he seems more on the luxury side of characters rather than essential.
Oh, that's fair.
And I feel like,
if we're talking that way, that's totally fair.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. When it comes to that kind of top 25 list of how useful these characters are, whether it's single character performance or team usage or plug and play or single damage or
kind of considered everything
considered, raids and everything. It's kind of hard to say exactly, but I guess for me, Moff Gideon falls more on the luxury side of things, and other characters in this list specifically are more on the necessary side of things.
Okay. All right.
So maybe that's where that's coming from.
Well, let us know who you guys think is in the right on this one. I think that Gideon deserves to be where he's at, and Gridden would probably rank him a little bit lower. All right, next up, here we go. We have got, oh my gosh, it just skipped way ahead. Oh, I've screwed up my slides. Oh no, where's the other column? Oh, okay, all right, we're just gonna reveal the whole list, I guess. I missed saving the, okay, we're just gonna jump over here. All right, there's the rest of the list, guys. So we'll go from 1 all the way down to 14. I'm a professional streamer, I promise. So Kylo does remain number 1 overall. Master Kenobi secures that number 2 spot. We'll debate that here in a little bit. Potato Ray at number 3, and yes, I am putting it in text. Potato Ray. Master Luke, Sith Eternal, Jedi Luke, Gas. Then we got Darth Malak, Vader, Revan, Wat Tambor, Jedi Revan, Han Solo, and Commander Luke. So we'll talk about the GL side of things here in a bit, but the first thing I want to call out is that the entire CLS team, except for 3PO and Chewie, who stayed the same, which is kind of like increasing in rank because we got a new character at the top. The entire CLS team raised in the ranks. CLS stayed the same too. So CLS and 3PO and Chewie stayed where they're at, which is kind of like jumping a spot because we got Master Kenobi now. And then Han went from 15 to 13, Chewie went from 19 to 16, and C-3PO went from 20 to 17. The whole team increased in this list, and it was the same, virtually the same sample size of people that voted on this list. I pinged the exact same group to vote on it. So what are your thoughts on that, Grid? And I thought that was really interesting that those characters in particular were all increasing on this list.
Yeah, I think just more and more, little by little, we're discovering how much more that CLS squad can do. One of my personal favorite uses actually was in Galactic Conquest. I used the just your normal CLS Troopio squad. That got me max banners against Padmé, Gas, and Rey, and the other CLS squad. The only one I couldn't beat was SLKR. That team in Conquest, insane. That team in GAC does so much work in both 5v5 and 3v3 and how you can split it up. It burns banners no matter what's going on. It can beat a lot of these Galactic Legends, which is incredible. I think it's well deserved. Oh, TB as well. Territory battles at Monsters, Lightside TB. I think it's well deserved. They're such, and not to mention that some of them count as pilots as well. Such a good squad. Such an amazing good squad.
I agree with everything you just said. Now I'm going to wreck your mind for a second. Okay. So we just had a debate on whether or not CLS's team was better than the Troopers team or vice versa. And we had a difficult time deciding the answer to that question. I think it depends on which way you look at it. I think I might lean CLS. But isn't it notable that on this list, Admiral Piet is the only trooper in the top 25, unless you're including Moff Gideon on that list, which I wouldn't, in the general traditional trooper team. No range trooper, no Stark, no Veers, no who am I missing here? There's one other that I'm missing right now. I'm just drawing a blank on. Anyway, there's a full trooper team that can take out so much, and only one of them gets love on the list. Why is that?
If I were to guess, I think it's because a lot of these CLS characters, they're doubling up in what they can do. So some, like we talked about, some of these guys from CLS also double for Galactic Legend requirements. But I think a lot of these guys sneak into other teams. Han can be used in those kind of niche ways to stun a Watt off the rip and use that in part of your strategy. Chewie can be used with gas to counter Galactic Legends. 3PO can now be used with Master Kenobi as well as Padmé. I think it's that they kind of double up on some of those other uses.
That's
and Piet in his single character, influence is amazing, and you can do a lot of stuff with the troopers. He's kind of the only, I don't know. He was the one key puzzle, or the one like part of the piece of the puzzle that was missing to let the troopers do a lot more. But is still, I don't know, he just does his thing with the troopers, and that's about it.
So it's just a matter of plug and play viability, you think? Because the troopers are reliant on their team, whereas the CLS team, those characters can split out into other areas.
That's what I would, yeah. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, I can buy that if we're talking standalone viability, but I really feel like if you look at those two teams pound for pound, the discrepancy on this list doesn't make much sense to me. But the plug and play angle does. Now going over to the GL debate. Now we do have Jedi Luke and General Anakin Skywalker showing up at 6 and 7. They are the first, the best non-Galactic Legend characters. GL Luke here on this list, by the way. Master Kenobi did jump Sith Eternal. Sith Eternal is now the last ranked GL, and we got Master Kenobi at number 2. Do you think they got the GL ordering right?
I actually, yeah.
Cool.
I was looking at it. I wasn't, I feel like debates can be made. I 100%. Yeah, it will. Let us know down below for sure. For me, 100% solidified. I'm going to vote for the rest of my life probably that Kylo is going to be the best Galactic Legend. All things considered. Just all things considered.
You don't think that a GL will ever be better than him?
I mean, there could be. Until somebody...
Oh, okay. I was going to say, CG's going to one-up SLKR at some point.
I'm sure they'll one-up him. But until they do that, none of these guys can ever, in my personal opinion, be better than Kylo. He checks too many boxes that the others don't. But now Kenobi almost does that exact same thing. He can solo HSTR, so you're getting some serious raid damage out of that. Doesn't do quite as well in Crancor, but he still does pretty good. He does phenomenal both offense on defense. Even though his defense AI is kind of dumb for a Jedi, it makes it somehow it beats Sith Eternal, which is super important.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he is checking a lot of boxes as well. Rey is kind of a safe one. You do stuff with her on offense and on defense. I think she's a very solid GL.
Rey is arguably the best defensive character in Grand Arena, arguably. And in 3v3, in my opinion, she's objectively the best defensive character for 3v3 Grand Arena.
Absolutely. It's such a safe defense.
Yeah. Nobody's getting through that with good banners if they get through it.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. And with Luke and C there, I think they're the most like specific Galactic Legends. Like C beats, I mean, obviously he beats this stuff on offense. Like that's what he does. But maybe that's my point. C is like, you put him on, save him for offense, don't really put him on defense. And with Luke, you're like, all right, Luke, I'm going to use it to beat other people. It gets kind of dicey. Kylo's going to solo me. Or sorry, no, that's for C. Sorry, Kylo's going to solo C. But I feel like they're the more specific Galactic Legends for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the other ones
Master Luke is arguably the best arena character. I think that the best teams we're seeing are Master Luke teams for arena. But here's the kicker. I think this list is indicative of the game just doesn't care a ton about arena anymore. I mean, it's the most valuable resource in the game in terms of your crystal income. So it's still an important area game. I'm not saying it's not important, but people just, I think that when people are ranking this list, they're thinking Grand Arena. They're thinking Grand Arena, thinking Territories. They're not really thinking about Squad Arena.
Yeah, I think that's when I'm trying to pick characters like this, I'm in a top 25. I'm trying to figure out who checks the most boxes, and how well are those boxes checked. And so like Kylo, he does everything. You know, he has Grand Arena. He does well both offense and defense. He does well in just Squad Arena. He does well in Territory Wars, Territory Battles, Raids. He has all those boxes checked, and he does all of them very well. And other ones you can say like, all right, C does not do a lot in Raids, and you know doesn't. He climbs an arena on offense, drops on defense.
But
and so
he's like maybe the best offensive character in the game for Grand Arena.
Yeah. And so when it comes to this list, you're trying to find the people who maybe check the most amount of boxes. And I feel like they got it right there. But yeah, when it comes to like Galactic Legends, now you can pretty much take first with any one of those Galactic Legends. So
yeah. Oh yeah, you can climb with any of them.
You know, like a super important, I don't know, weight factor. Like not really. Get any Galactic Legend, take first. So I still love it. Squad Arena is one of my favorite things in the game.
Really? Oh, man. I'm burnt out. So, fam, let us know what you guys think about this list down in the comments below. I'm going to give you guys a full screen look at it, screenshot it, share it with your guild mates, whatever, debate about it, tell us that we suck, but we really, listen, it wasn't even our vote. So tell yourselves that you suck if you don't like it, because you guys had a chance to vote on it. So guess what? It's you guys that suck if you don't like the list. Anyway, great. Thanks for joining me on the video today. and just like that, like the video if you guys enjoyed it, sub to Grid, all of that good stuff. And as always, my brothers, don't forget.